Oh, my biggest concern is that, as altered as Iowa is, 90% of Iowa is already altered by farmland and development. The few remaining areas of greenland is going to go away. Once you lose that, it's gone forever. And the Des Moines River Greenbelt from Saylorville on down to Yellowbanks County Park is being developed as a water trail.
Do we get to vote on this?
Yeah, if you want
to see where it's going? Or?
Did you get a schedule?
So why do we need this besides for Bill Knapp to make money? Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade.
I don't know Mr. Knapp at all, but I don't think it's about development at all. Actually, a lot of this ground can't be developed.
No. And so he can build projects up here and say you can get it in Des Moines easily.
I don't know anything about that, sir. I'm sorry.
Do you know where the funding comes for you guys to do this in the first place?
We have a federal earmark to do the EIS portion, and then there's no more funding for the rest of the project.
Okay, I can talk to you about why this project's needed. Do you live in this area?
I live right here.
Okay. So we have a lot of traffic right now that's using a lot of the local streets, like 12th and 6th, to get from Des Moines to the outer suburbs. And so we don't have that direct route on an arterial streets, higher level streets like MLK, MLK and 2nd. That would be more efficient and more safe to carry that traffic. We have 12th streets.
Why are we trying to increase traffic?
We're not increasing traffic. We're rerouting traffic.
Why don't we do public transit?
I'm trying to explain. We can talk about transit one time because transit is an alternative to the project. Okay. What we have is a lot of congestion, which increases air pollution too, and then also more conflict, and people are going to get more crashes. And it's also longer, so it would take.
Where does public transportation come into this
Sure.
mixture?
Okay. This is the range of alternatives we're looking at. Plus, we're looking at a no-build, which means don't do anything.
Right.
Plus, we're looking at a transit alternative, which means improve the transit network
Okay.
instead of doing this, or in conjunction with doing this.
Okay.
And DART's doing a rapid transit corridor study right now, where they have some alternatives picked out. It's on their website. They have certain corridors in town. They're looking at either the feasibility of a rapid transit bus system or commuter rail. And when
Okay.
they get ridership figured out for that, we can apply that to the traffic model that we use for these to see if that will solve the problem or at least help the problem.
Okay. Wouldn't it make this process more efficient? And if that was included in this discussion, so that people that live over here or over here or over here that are concerned about losing 3/4 of their front yard or all of their front yard or increased traffic coming by their house realize that, hey, there's another alternative here that we could put our 2 cents worth in. That says, hey, I would like to look at this more than I would like to look at this.
Yeah. Well, DART they're moving forward with it, and they have their own public input process. We're just folding it into ours, and I believe it was in the presentation that we're having no build and a transit alternative as well.
Oh, okay.
What do you take to buy all the houses if they're going to try to make this, have to buy the houses on one side or the other? Sure, man. And then where's it going to end up?
Well, it would be the same amount of money to build a great big bridge here as it would to buy all this. Well, I'm thinking about.
I live up here on Fisher Lake.
Right, up here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on Northwest. You try to get on Northwest 70th at 7 o'clock.
You're saying that 27,000 more cars, new cars, would be in this area, and currently on MLK there's about 31,000. You're saying that 27,000 would, most of them would virtually take a left or a right, and they wouldn't go south?
There's a lot of different routes that people take to get to MLK. It's such a regional route. People use Lower Beaver, people use Beaver. There's.
I kayak this area frequently, as do several people that I know do, and that area is becoming a lot more popular to recreate. And this bridge right here, you can hear the noise starting about right here, and stop hearing the noise about right here. But with this, it's really gonna mess things up. And I know this doesn't really make much of a difference, but the type of natural habitat that's available the type of birds, fish, mammals and stuff that people can see. And we're trying to attract people to this area. And my biggest fear is that any kind of a structure, right, going across the river is going to be a detriment to the area. Not only for the wildlife habitat, but for the recreational. I just fear that any kind of a bridge over this river or any kind of a road running through the greenbelt is going to really negatively impact. I know you're hearing this a lot, but I'm a new person. It's my first. It stays open in the wintertime because of the dam. It's one of the few nice things about having the dam. The water stays open, so if you've got the proper gear, you can paddle this all year round. People are starting to pay attention, and I'm just afraid that we start doing things like this to it, and it's going to hurt the chances of it for future generations. We too often just turn our backs to nature, history, culture, and try to make things more convenient. I mean, isn't this just going to cut time off from the commute between Ankeny and Des Moines?
Make it more capacity and presenting safety problems now. And you do realize we're doing endangered species analysis, wetlands analysis, noise analysis, historical analysis, and all of that will play into the decision of which alternatives move forward too. So, I mean, we understand, we're listening, we just need to do our jobs and try to balance this out as well. I appreciate this, and your photos are fabulous.
Yeah. This wildlife's fabulous.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.